Welcome to Biomutant. Shot. Right in the face. You're not dead yet. Slice and dice. Wham! Chop it up. Flash the slash. It's becoming terminal. Wow, wow, wow. You're bruised. What a blow! The deep cut. Youch! Carving it up. Let's see. It's a beaten path to that door. If you go there, you'd better make an entrance. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. He let you in, but thinks you should be patient when it comes to the seafood.
Sibi? La fanen agin kan man. Gerat na fal hutut mus. Tugai la wute. Karab la wute.
The Myriad tribe act on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. They believe uniting the tribes is the only way to restore the peace. The Sifu is convinced that defeating the World Eaters and saving the Tree of Life is the only way to make the world a better place. He welcomes you to the Myriad Fort and introduces him, but he was hoping you'd show up. The news of a vigilante Ronin on crusade crossing the... He heard you took out-of-date side against the scavengers in Bunker. He's convinced you've returned for a reason and is glad. There's something about your spirit that sparks... The Sifu says sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. He was one of the original Wang Fu disciples. There were 6 of them, but the unity fell apart after Lupa Lupin attacked the old village. Soon after, they formed new tribes based on their own values, and when the Blight... The Sifu says it's time to set the past aside, at least for now. Unrest is sweeping the land, and there are rivals in all directions. Myriad wants unity between the tribes. Their goal is understanding of the greater good and establishing a code of honor. If you believe there's some good in everyone, there's still hope for tomorrow. You'll unite the tribes. He was hoping you'd join them. You understand that there's no harm in doing good to others. The Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor. The Jagni tribe may believe that fear and hatred will lead them to domination. A vanquisition of the tribes and destruction of the Tree of Life won't be the restart. Their kin have run out of options and found themselves backed into a corner. Even those who desire peace have been forced to prepare. They might bring them war, but they'll never take away their... He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen. You both have gentle minds, so they want to wage a gentle war. A war that bonds as much as it breaks. Tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you. Claim the rival outposts and earn the right to wield the tribe weapon. Once you've dealt with the rivals' outposts, you'll challenge their Sifu to unite their tribe with yours and let your kin share land again. They passed the point of no return as their words lost power, and seeing you brings back his memories of... Myriad wants unity between the tribes. Their goal is understanding of the...
Karadam woof er mat gain. Gellen denken of what ya.
He remembers your kind and unselfish soul, and can sense you still have it in you, the will to do good.
The gulam am woof.
Anyway, the memories you make with your family are strong, and can sometimes come...
Dankant. Schleine for rotna mika.
even though it's now a different place from a different time. Asks if you know Wiz, the one who builds the octopod. Understands you have things to do. Thinks Myriad and Lotus would make a tough match-up these days. Wouldn't be surprised if you met again. That's the Myriad Tribe's fortress. Will they be friends or foe? You should head up there. That way you'll know. Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurred. Got it. You're injured. Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurred. You're in pain. Cutting edge. Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurred. Down to half your health. Get out of here. Cracker Doom. Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurred. So much damage. You're on the ropes. That's the stuff. Time is lost on this place, but it evokes a tingling sensation. There's something special about it, drawing you closer. Let's see. As time passes, memories fade, and sometimes feelings change. It's not about who you were, it's about who you'll become. This story is far from over. Echoes of a long-lost past, like whispers in the wind. Here's someone who takes each day as it comes. He asks how you are today. Then he wants you to know that if you find yourself going through bad times, you should just keep going. He wonders where you've been. He hopes you've been out at the lake, practicing your swimming technique. Learning to swim can be scary when you don't know what you're doing. But fortunately, he's here to give you a helping hand. He thinks you should really know how to swim by now. Why not? There's no better time to do what needs to be done than right now. He says, that wasn't too bad, was it? Way to go. Don't let the sound of the waves drown out your spirit. But you need practice. Lots of practice. Great things usually happen to those who never stop trying. He hopes you'll be one of them. You just need more time in the surf. That's the only way you'll ever learn how to swim. You can never try too hard. Judging by your Mooma's look, it seems you forgot something.
Andro?
You promised you'd train with her before the sun goes down. It's time to go. The dedication to training is important. You can't rely solely on the fact that Wang Fu is in your blood. You should know, practice makes perfect. As long as it doesn't kill you, it'll only make you stronger. She'll see you at the village square. She says that's good. With a passion for learning, you'll never cease to grow. Here's another familiar face with lots on his mind. Asks how you're feeling today. His only interest when creating is that what he comes up with is actually useful. He was hoping you could help him pick up some scrap for a thingamajig he's working on. He thinks you're truly a kidling of your environment. You should look for things that are recyclable. It shouldn't take you too long to find some. He wonders what usefulness you found. He says every little thing. He can work wonders with almost anything and asks if you know how to upcycle. That's the spirit. You can't make a difference unless you get your hands dirty. He'd love to teach you to upcycle, and the scrap you found would be a good start. You did well, but he can't help but wonder why you decided to craft a weapon. He appreciates those able to deliver a sharp remark. He understands, but hopes you won't be needing it anytime soon. He thinks mastering the 6 weapon styles of Wang Fu is more than enough for anyone. He's looking forward to seeing what you'll make next. It seems you have a talent for this. It looks like she's starting to lose her patience. You know she doesn't like waiting for you. She wants to see you on the village square right away. You'll continue to build on the basics. Talent will only take you so far. She wants you to grow up and start thinking for yourself. You really need to find yourself before she's gone. That's all she's ever asked of you, that you'll try and give it your best. You can't do more than that. You've always followed your own path, but this time she needs you to follow her. She worries about you. Sometimes they look determined. Better watch out. He asks you to stop right there and wonders where you think you're going. He says that it's not too late for you to turn back, though. There's no way they'll let you pass. He wants to know who you think you are. You'll have to face pain at some point. He offers to help you get it over with. She asks if you're hurt. What happened? She's there for all disciples. That's her commitment as Sifu, and when she needs them, they're there for her and each other. The most important thing is that you're okay.
Urasa durut.
It's time to focus on your training now.
Pialtuma asil natu.
She said it before. Wang Fu will keep your body in good health, and that's how you keep your mind strong and clear. Here's someone close to heart, doing what he does best.
Badya analog.
Seeing you always puts a smile on your Popsy's face. He wants to know how you're feeling. Training with Muma will make you feel better. It always does.
Intabadam wagsuva. Baba Zulu.
He asks if you could help him too before you leave for training. He'll talk to her, sure, but you know she wants you to accept responsibility for your own actions and future. He suggests you get going and find him gadgets and ideas for how you can upcycle some old fabrics.
Intabadan.
He's curious to see what you've found. He's all for renewal and has even considered making the trip out into the wilds to look for a bionucleus pool and refresh his DNA. He can work wonders with pretty much anything and asks if you know how to upcycle. Says at least dirty hands are proof that you tried, and that counts. That you failed this time doesn't mean you can't succeed the next. He says it's about time you learned how and offers to teach you, starting with the scrap you found.
Ahai arin kashumai. Inta badam farujudo.
The style might be too edgy for his taste, but it looks sharp on you.
Karota.
He knows she's already proud of you and everything you've achieved so far.
Lemma.
You should take it with you, wear it to practice.
Karota.
He's sure your Muma will forgive you.
Inmo.
He's looking forward to seeing what you'll make. Your Muma says it's about time you got here. Hopes you're as ready as you claim to be. She says she is eager to get started. You don't have much time left before the sun goes down. But there's enough time left for repetition, and you need it. Training dummies don't hit back. Wants you to prove that with some practice first. Your Muma says you did well today. She's so proud of you. That's all she's ever asked of you. Been working on a present for you, with the help of Gizmo and Wiz. You should go see him and find out what it is. You've deserved it. That's why you should be sure to thank him for it. Catchy. Your Muma says she's never seen an apparatus as green as this little thing. Figuring that out is half the fun. A piece of Scraptronics like this has built-in old-world tech that makes it a potent communication device. It's called an automaton, and it's hardwired to your DNA. It'll follow wherever you go and see whatever you see. You're lucky to have such a fine helper with you. Your Muma says you look tired. No wonder. It's been a long day. Everything ends, both good and bad. Rest, and you'll find strength for tomorrow. Nothing could stop Lupa Lupin from setting the world on fire. Your Muma urges you to blaze a trail. A burnt kidling will learn to dread fire. That's just adding fuel to the flames. Give it a last burst and you'll make it. Your Muma says this is it. The time has come. She must fight Lupa Lupin. This time there's no escape. She can hear him coming.
Puri kumbala muma kala.
There's nowhere to run to this time. The time has come to stand and fight.
Can't see puri kumbala muma. Ferena masalapu.
Whatever happens, you need to know she loves you. And everything she's done has been to protect you, your Popsy, and those she was chosen to lead.
Drama.
She tells you to stay back. This is her fight. It has nothing to do with you.
Andro kodotuku.
She loves how brave you are, but she can't be worrying about you while she fights. This is her fight. Here it comes. The past coming to haunt the present. You must go through fire and water to make it out of here. Your Muma says you can make it if you believe in it. Where she goes, you go. Blood is thicker than water. You're in deep surf. Don't make waves. The surf goes where it wants to go. It'll take you to the shore as long as you go with the flow. Death is not to be feared by one who has lived life with a pure heart. A part of her will live on in you. The creature is hungry for more. Nothing is going to stand in its way now. If a sacrifice is made for someone else, it's not lost, but passed on to the next. Life must go on. Real sacrifice comes from love and necessity when all other options are exhausted. The ultimate test of conscience is the willingness to give up anything to save what you truly care about. What you do for yourself dies with you. What you do for your kin remains and makes you immortal in their memory. As the moment fades and is lost, the only thing that remains is loneliness. It doesn't mean you'll forget your past. It simply means you need to move on. The tribe's caught a fluffy hulk. Better watch out, it's no pet. They couldn't keep it down. Fluff hulk's on the loose. You're hurt bad. Energized. Sharp steel. You're fading. You're low on health. Swoop. What a relief. Great shot. Half-lifed. Chop, chop. That's going to leave a mark. You might want to fall back. more than a flesh wound. Half dead. Itchy trigger finger. lifed. Nice shot. Gee. You've had better days. It's starting to add up. Hey, nice shot. Now that's a flesh wound. care of it. One down soon. Slash and dash. Running low. Hot man. Stand against that. Bangarang. You gave them no choice but to take it down. Even they've received news a Ronin had strengthened their a group of myriad crusaders already headed out to Jagni's Mercador. You should hurry there and help them best the outpost. Not really. It's west of Bricktown. You can spot Gizmo's chug yard from the hill it resides on. Look, an emergency box from... Wow, bet that nut makes a tight fist. Tunnels like this still carry echoes from the past. Can you hear it? Hand them defeat. You're not dead yet. You're a long way from the sun. Tunnels like this still carry echoes from the past. Can you hear it? Face fisting. That notice board? Filled with the leftovers of used-to-be wants. You're getting close to one of those old Toxanol brick towns. Pay attention. The Toxanol Corporation made this place, and then just threw it away when they were done with it. Toxanol never cared about the waste, as long as they didn't have to pay to clean it up. There must be a track somewhere in this brick town. Just hope it's not buried. Let's see. You found the track! Amazing it wasn't destroyed. So much of this place was just discarded. Lucky that... No, it was never nice. It was new once, but that's not nearly the same thing. Just being new never lasts. The tracks moved on from Bricktown, and you should too. Looks like the Fry Sparker's knobs need to be in sync if you want to get the hardware working. Just a few moves left. Make them count. It's not the Fry Sparker that's the problem, it's what's put into it. Get the knobs in sync to make the hardware work. It's not the Fry Sparker that's the problem, it's what's put into it. You're not supposed to get the knobs in sync to make the hardware work. It's not the Fry Sparker that's the problem, it's what's put in. Get the knobs in sync to make the hardware work. It's not the... Get the knobs in sync to make the hardware work. It's not the fry sparker that's the problem, it's what's put into it. Get the knobs in sync to make the hardware work. It's not the fry sparker that's the problem, it's what's put into it. Get the knobs in sync to make the hardware. It's not the fry sparker that's the problem, it's what's put into it. You're not to... Get the knobs in sync to make the hardware work. It's not the fry sparker that's the problem, it's what's put into it. You're not supposed to put skronk in it. Guess that's proved wrong. Get the knobs in sync to make the hardware work. It's not the fry sparker that's the problem, it's what's... Get the knobs in sync to make the hardware work. It's not the fry sparker that's the problem, it's what's... Get the knobs in sync to make the hardware work. It's not the fry sparker that's the problem, it's what's put in... Get the knobs in sync to make the hardware work. It's not the fry sparker that's the problem, it's what's... Get the knobs in sync to make the hardware work. It's not the fry sparker that's the problem, it's what's put in... Get the knobs in sync to make the hardware work. It's not the fry sparker that's the problem, it's what's put... Get the knobs in sync to make the hardware work. It's not get the knobs in sync to make... It's not the fry sparker that's the problem, it's what's put in... Get the knobs in sync to make the hardware work. It's not the fry sparker that's the problem. It's what's put... Get the knobs in sync to make the hardware work. It's not the fry sparker that's the problem. It's what's put into it. You're not supposed to put skronk in it. Get the knobs in sync to make the hardware work. It's a fry sparker mindset. Boom! You got something. It's not exactly what you wanted, but you got it right away. That dawns a bit easier on the eyes. You found the whereabouts, the deepest, darkest forest in the land. sometimes hard to see for all the trees. You're bruised. This could be the beginning of the end of everything. You found the whereabouts, the deepest, darkest forest in the land, sometimes hard to see for all the trees. Firehouse. Smoked. injured. That's a resource totem, a monument left behind by those that picked scrap, trying to keep the area clean. You can make so many amazing things out of wood scrap. The board mainly has posts from those that used to work at the chug yard back in the days gone. They don't make much sense these days. Not much more to say about the board, but Gizmo is holed up in the underyard here working on that Mekton of his. The Toxanol Corporation used to run chugger-chuggers out of here, big machines on rails with smokestacks that fouled the air. They can carry you anywhere you like. Well, anywhere that they go to, and then you can leg it from there. You're on the right track. Keep your eyes open. It's the chug yard. Tribe's always scavenging for scrap, and the yard has plenty to go around. But they should have stuck to looting instead of playing around with sprockets. Half-lifed. Bomper Bonker's busy ram-banging the door. This is your chance. Pigs always scavenging for scrap, and the yard has plenty to go around. But they should have stuck to looting instead of playing around with sprockets. Bomber Bonkers busy ram-banging the door. This is your chance. Starting to add up. Concussion. Right between the eyes. Hurt him. Bullets everywhere. Middle-lifed. Better hold on to that. Let's see. We're all heroes of our own stories, or so we hope. Yes, you can do anything. The sky's the limit. Now, let's take this back to Earth. Wow, you really took that all the way down to the end, in flames. It's a wonder some of these up and downs still work. Guess they built machines better in the past. The spent nuclear fuel that Toxanol dumped in the surf had detrimental effects on the marine habitats, while the overflowing landfills contaminated the groundwater. Combined, this sent their world hurtling on an inevitable road to ruin. I need to brush up on my Wando, but I have a feeling he believes it was you that caused the battle. Oh, and he says he knows you. You used to... Gizmo remembers you as a nice kidling, and he can still sense the warmth of your good heart. But Gizmo says how you experience a memory can be different. You know the... He'd lie if he claimed it was all good. You changed after your Mooma and Popsy passed, and he understands why you had to leave. The old village being a constant reminder of what happened. Gizmo says he also has re-memories from the long... He understands history made Lupa Lupin a big part of your past, your present, and soon, your future. You still believe there's some... He says you should know that what's meant to be will always find a way. Gizmo encourages that. You should forgive, but never forget. It'll provide some comfort to your soul and keep the memory of lost loved ones in your heart.
Fan that flame!
Wait, no! Bright light blinds! It's dangerous!
I've got all the cold sick burns you need, Dark.
Oh, do you have to insult me over this?
I don't have to, but I want to.
Would like to know if you ever doubt the choices you made on the path that brought you to this point. Would you have been happier going in a different direction? Figures you're either a rare person or a good liar. Maybe both. Hard to believe the world is actually going to survive. Just seemed impossible till now. Grateful to you for coming back and doing your best to change things. You were the only chance they had. Wonders if you liked working with the Myriad. They always seemed so centered and so seeking. Thinks that's more than most are. It's hard to keep to a path like that. But that's not important now. Gizmo says it's taken a long time to bring the past up to the present, and where you go from here is up to you. You need to set the past aside, at least for now. He can't leave the underyard as he has no protection against the vacuum in the dead zone, so you need to salvage scrap to upcycle the Mekton, starting with the old crate outside. You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to make the Mekton strong enough to fight the Jumbo Puff. There are more crates from before the apocalypse left out in the wild. Easy to find if you keep an eye out. You should be able to gather enough scrap to upgrade the Mekton from them. There's short of breath and death to this zone. Better take care. He who half breathes, half lives. That's the leftover you're looking for. Feel that? It's a lack of air. Don't overstep. Looks like the switches need to be turned to match so enough charge can flow through the conductors. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. Days are scarce. Don't waste them. He says that's enough to get the Mekton functional. You'll have an engine, a fuel soak. He made a suction device so the Mekton can use the black tar as an instant refuel. You can also use it to clear oily goo puddles, so you can pass and access hard-to-get-to areas. He's been working on another project for the Mekton, a cannon, but it needs ammunition, and by that he means the scripts. He says if they're trained right, they'll turn into a distraction for the jumbo puff. The best way to find scripts is to go talk to Moog. He knows the ins and outs of every breathing thing left alive after the apocalypse. Unfortunately, this means you'll have to venture farther out into the dead zone than Moog's camp on the steep depot. Once you find Moog, he'll be able to give you directions to where you'll find Scripps. Gizmo thinks he's a little peculiar, but very knowledgeable. He has the ins and outs of all monster and creature whereabouts. Take it as easy as you can. No going back. You'll get another chance to shout someday.